Engaged Lessons for the 21st Century.
What we're going to cover with this video is how to create this concept, which is like a wall, museum if you will, on what we're going to talk about or what you're going to present. Now we can do this both in PowerPoint and also in Microsoft Word. Both are pretty similar, but maybe later on if I get a chance I'll create a video that will allow you to see how to do it in PowerPoint. Okay, let's go on with their presentation. As I said previously, this concept or this format can be used with both Microsoft Word that you see in front of you and also PowerPoint presentation. Now in a PowerPoint, what you may want to do with a virtual museum, if you wish to call it that, is with PowerPoint you can hyperlink a lot easier. Now, first thing I'm going to do here in Microsoft Word, however, is here's my cursor. Always hit your enter key about 5 times and come back up to create that buffer. Next, let's put a wall in. I'm going to click on Insert, Shapes, and I'm going to click on this rectangular wall and place it right about here. And we want to make it about 2 inches wide, relatively, and about 3 inches long. Okay, slide this over just a hair. Now the next thing we want to put in is going to be a trapezoid. Again, click on the Insert, click on Shapes, and we want to click on the trapezoid, and that's located right here. Click on the trapezoid and hold down my left button and make it just about this size. Grab the green arrow or circle and slide it over. Move it over right about here, and then we want to make it the same width as the other wall, the rectangle. And then by holding your control key and your arrow, you can very gingerly move it into place. Okay, and that's pretty good. Let's make this a little bit smaller, however, because we need to put a back wall in there. Oh, and let's move this over again just a little bit. There we go. Now, I'm going to click here because we need to use a back wall. I'm going to hit Control D for dupe and put our wall right about here. And let's make it a little bit smaller and a little bit wider for our back wall. As you can see, it's taking a nice form here. Okay, now we need another trapezoid, so click on your trapezoid, hit Control D to dupe, move that over here, and we need to turn this one around the other way and move this one in, and it should fit pretty nicely. Let's make this one just a little bit smaller. Okay, and we need another wall over here. Click on this wall, hit Control D to dupe, and slide this bad boy over here. Now, that pretty much covers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 walls. Okay, let's go on and see if we can add some color to it. We're pretty close to being just the right size. In this section here, we're going to change the color of our panels. I'm going to hold down my Shift key and click on the first one, second, third, fourth, and the last one. Now careful, make sure everything is highlighted, especially this one, because I'm going to right click again. You see it's not highlighted? So you got to click on your down arrow, quadrant, and more quadrants, and I'm going to change this to more colors, standard. I'm going to choose this brown and click on OK, and then I'm going to lighten it up some or darken. It's up to you, whatever you like to do. Next, I'm going to click on line color, and for the line color I want a black, and I don't want it too thick. So you look around, that's basically what we want, and click on close. So OK. Now it's important after you've done so much work that you save this. So you want to click on File, save as, and I have it in my folder creating a museum header, and I called it lesson 1, and I hit save. Save and save often so you don't lose your work. In placing pictures on your walls here, I went to the internet, as I'll show you, and since mine's on the Revolutionary War, I'm going to take this picture, I'm going to right click and click on copy. Then go back to my word processing document, and below it, you see the cursor below it, I'm going to hit Control V to paste. Upon doing so, I'm going to grab the corners and make it a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to double click on it. And you'll notice under text wrap, I'm going to click on in front of text. This will allow me to move the picture. I'm going to place this picture right here in the background. And then I'm going to double click on it. And I'm going to choose what type of format. I'm going to choose this one. And then up here at the top, you can decide what color you'd like to have. Probably something in a blue. Light blue maybe. Okay. Now, same thing applies right here. What you can do, again, is go back to the internet, as I just showed you. And I'm going to click on this picture. I'm going to right click on it, hit copy, go back to the word processing document, and at the bottom hit Control V to paste. Then you need to make this a little bit smaller by grabbing the handle, double click on it, text wrapping, scroll down to in front of text, and move it up to where you'd like. You see it's a little bit too large. Make it a little bit smaller, put it right about here. Then double click on it, and again, I'm going to put a frame around it, this size frame, and the color of the frame in this case, let's say it's making, red or yellow, probably red. Okay, next we have a trapezoid here. So what we're going to do is click on Insert, Shapes, and find your trapezoid and put it right about here. And what we're going to do is paste the picture. And you have to paste it in there because the trapezoid is an odd shape. So I'm going to click on the internet again, come up here, and I'm going to click on this flag right here. I'm going to double click on it, hit copy, go back to my word processing document, and since it's highlighted, the trapezoid, I'm going to hit Control V to paste. Now you'll notice that the trapezoid is going to have to turn this way, but the flag, we must turn the flag just the opposite way, and you'll see why in a second. Then when I grab on the trapezoid, I turn it this way, the flag will be the right or correct way. Now, the color you might want on this is obviously up to you. I'm going to click my down arrow, and I'm going to make it black, and I'm going to make the outline of it red, and click on the down arrow, wait, and I'll make it maybe this thick. Okay, and now we can grab the whole thing and move it up here, and there you go. So you repeat the same process for the other side, and let me show you what I mean by that. Let me click on the Insert, Shapes, Trapezoid, place it right about here, about this size. Go back to the internet. Let's find a picture you might want to place in there, and we already have that one. This would be a good one from the movie, right? I'm going to right click on it, hit copy, go back to the word processing document, and then since your trapezoid is highlighted, hit Control V to paste. Now you might want to make that picture just a little bit larger. Okay, now since the trapezoid is going to turn this way, we must turn the picture the opposite way. So grab the trapezoid, and your picture should be straight up now. And there we go. Then again, the same process. I'm going to right click, I may want to have it a background, and then maybe red. And you probably should make sure your thickness is the same for them all. Okay, then you grab this, slide it right up here. And now you have a nice picture, trapezoid. And then repeat the same process with your other picture over here. Let me show you that one more time. Click here. Let's click on a nice picture, if you will. I'm going to choose, oh, this is a good one. Choose this one. I'm going to, oh, let's look at that one. That's not bad. I'm going to right click and copy. Go to my word processing document. Now remember, if you place the picture up here, you have to put it down here, hit Control V to paste. Make it a little bit smaller. Scroll up. And you want to double click on it. And you want to go in front of text. And then I'm going to place a border around it. And that border can be any color you want. Here's a border. And this time, let's see here. More colors. I'm going to make it blue. There we go. And grab it and put it up right up, a little bit too big. Make it a little bit smaller. And put it up right about here. Again, make it a little bit smaller. And there you have your pictures. And obviously you can do whatever you want. Remember, you're the author of this. You can make this as big or as small as you want by making adjustments. Hopefully that part made sense. In this next section, you may wish to put a text above here. This is Washington crossing the Delaware. To do that, very simply, click on Insert, and then your text box, and draw a text box, and we'll put it right about here. And so I don't hold you up, let me type it in. As you may see, I have Washington crossing the Delaware. Up at the top it says Text Effects. Click on my down arrow. Now you have to make the call in this one, if you want to do this or not. I'm going to make it blue to match the blue there. Okay. Now I'm going to right click on the box, hit Format to Shape, and we do not want to fill. Let me slide this over. So there's no fill, and the line color, and there's no line. So you can see it's relatively gone. However, let me highlight this and go to Home, and let's make it bold and maybe a little bit larger. Oh, maybe not that large. Okay. And I don't know if you want black or not, but we could change the color of that font to possibly red. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Well, with the offset on the format of the color, it might look a little bit strange there. But we'll leave it just so you know what's going on. Now this will be a nice presentation for just about anything, as mine is on the American Revolution. To highlight this maybe a little bit better, I'm going to click on Page Layout, Borders, and Color, and I'm going to click on Blue and make it thick and wrap that around. So this would be a nice introduction to whatever or anything you're going to talk about, and it definitely would catch somebody's eye. Is it easy to do? Yes. And it's going to really be very effective. Well, thank you for watching this video.